Tuesday, September the 15th. This is the Todd vlog. What's up, everybody? All right, we are talking today about co-writing. For those of you out there who want to co-write songs, maybe you've been writing songs for a little bit, you hear or you read people talking about writing songs with other people. Maybe you're intrigued by that. Maybe you've never done it. Maybe you've tried it once or twice, it didn't work, and you're wondering why. This video is for you, all about co-writing. So why co-write? That's the first question. Why even do it? If you're a songwriter, you're a songwriter and you can write songs. You've got lots of songs you wrote all on your own. What's the allure? Why do people always seem to talk about co-writing? And more importantly, why do people act like that's like next level stuff? Why do people act like that's the next step in your songwriting journey? Well, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you should co-write. Now, most of my co-writing that I do is in worship music. I'm a worship songwriter. I write worship songs and I write hymns. That's kind of my field. Although I like writing country, I like writing CCM, I like writing funny songs. But for me, most of my co-writes are worship themed. They're themed for congregational singing. But the 3 tips or the 3 answers I want to give you: first, work in any genre. Why co-write? The first reason you co-write is to keep you creative. As a writer, you have crutches. As a writer, I have crutches. Now, some of those are a part of my style. There are lots of times when my wife and I will hear a song or we'll hear somebody play live and she'll say, "That sounds like one of your songs," or "That guitar sounds like how you normally play a fast song or play a slow song." We have style, but if we're not careful, we can kind of just rely on that the whole time. We co-write to keep us creative. When you inject another person into the mix, another person with their own style, with their own preferences, with their own abilities, it will make you more creative. The 2 of you combined are a more creative force. The second reason you co-write is to learn from other writers. Listen, in every single co-writing session, there's an alpha and there's a beta. When you are in a co-writing session, one of you is going to have more experience than the other. When you co-write, you learn from other writers. Now, you're not going, tell me why you chose that line, or tell me why you're playing that groove, or why are you rhyming that? It's not learning them that way. It's just watching another creative person do something really cool, and it's usually after the write when you listen back to what you've done and you go, "Oh, that's why they did that." And the third reason we co-write might sound a little bit selfish, but it's not. We co-write to broaden our influence. When you write a song with somebody and you both dig it, that means you both are going to find a way to play it and share it with other people. Because here's the deal. If you're a songwriter, I want to give you this motto. This is a helpful motto for me and for you. You need to focus on building a catalog, not a career. Your job is not to obsess about your career or your resume. It's hard though. We do obsess about our songwriting career and successes and failures. But co-writing broadens your influence. It allows your song to have an impact possibly in other areas. You need to obsess about your catalog, writing more songs, writing better songs. Now, maybe you're watching this and you're not a Christian, you're not a believer in God, you're not a follower of Jesus, so maybe this may sound a little weird to you. Those of us who do follow Jesus, this is going to make a lot of sense. If God's called you to write songs, He will manage the career part. He'll use those songs to find an audience when and how He sees fit. I have to tell myself this all the time. Focus on your catalog, not your career. So how do you co-write? Well, that's a big question. I've been in quite a few co-writes and none of them have ever been the same. But there are some rules to follow. When you're in a co-write, these are some tips or maybe even some warnings for you of what to do and not to do. The first thing to not do in a co-write is bring your babies. You need to be careful about bringing songs you love. This is what happens. You have a song you love, you've written most of it, you love the chorus, you don't like the verses, maybe you do like the bridge, and you bring your baby to the co-write because you want that other co-writer to fill in the gaps, finish up those verses, polish up the bridge, and you get in the co-write, and one of the first things the co-writer starts talking about is, I think we need to tweak that chorus. And you're like, no, 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 no. That's my chorus. That's the chorus. And all of a sudden, your co-write is now getting shut down by a bunch of no. It's the chaos theory of songwriting. As soon as you add another writer to your song, it's going to change. Whatever you think your song is, it will be different than you expect at the end of the co-write. Don't bring that to a co-write if you're not willing to blow the whole thing up and start over. Melody matters and nothing else. What? Is Todd saying that lyrics don't matter? No, not at all. But here's the point. So you're working on a song, you're both singing it, you're both playing it, you get to the end of the deal, you make a work tape, you set your phone out or your little recorder and you record it. Or maybe you're not done, and maybe you both take it home and you're both working on it, and you get an idea and you put it on the work tape and you email it or you text it to your co-writer, and your co-writer comes back with, I was playing a minor on that last word of the song. Or you get an email back with some ideas and you realize it's too fast, and you're going, that's way faster than we played it. I play it at about 88 beats per minute. That will kill the co-write. If you get a good, solid melody, protect that melody, okay? The rest of it, the arrangement, the chord changes, the timing, all of that is up for interpretation. And I can't tell you, I've had it happen. I've had co-writes that just fizzled because my co-writer didn't like that I played a G over B instead of a B minor. That stuff doesn't matter. A good melody will work over a whole host of chord changes. You got to learn to obsess about what matters most. And listen to me, I love good lyrics, but you can have the best lyrics in the world and a terrible melody, and nobody's going to be able to sing it, and nobody's going to remember it. You want to aim for an amazing melody. If you got an amazing melody, it will leave you so open lyrically. You have so many more lyrical options if your melody is amazing. Melody matters. And lastly, go with what's best. If you're in a co-write and that person has an awesome idea, say, that's it. That's it. You just nailed it. That's the bridge. You just wrote it. Go overboard. Oh my gosh, you're amazing. We're done. That's it. You did the bridge. Go with what's best. Leave your pride at the door and be willing to acknowledge when your co-writer writes something that's amazing and writes the best phrase, the best line, the best riff. Be willing to call that out and say it. Because here's the deal. You know how insecure you are as a writer? Your co-writer's that insecure too. And in a session, when you're just throwing ideas at one another, you're just going back and forth, nobody knows what's going to land. Nobody knows what's going to hit. A lot of times you're like, ooh, I got a great idea. And you throw it out there and the writer's like, I don't know. I don't know if that's it. Imagine what it feels like when you're co-writing to have an idea and the other person go, that's it. You did it. That line wins. That riff wins. So go with what's best. It will make your co-write go so much better if you're humble and you pick what's best for the song. So that's it. It's kind of the why and some of the how of co-writing. If you've got questions about co-writing, you can certainly comment below, or you can hit me on Twitter at toddwriteband, or you can email me, toddwriteband@gmail.com. And you've got ideas for other videos about worship leading or songwriting, be sure and submit them, and we'll do some more.